Hey guys, Brent Hull Build Show, back with the Great Houses series. These are houses every builder needs to see. Stan Hywet today, Akron, Ohio. Come join me. Great houses, guys. These are not falling water, the Biltmore, although those are great houses. We're really studying houses that should inspire and teach us how to build better. Show us the way of how to build timeless houses and houses that are really distinctive. So today we're going to look at Stan Hywet. Now Stan Hywet is a huge house built in Akron, Ohio in about 1915 for the founder of Goodyear Tire and Rubber. Basically what happens, this guy obviously makes a lot of money as cars and vulcanized rubber and all the other things that happen that allow Goodyear Tire and Rubber to grow, and he puts together a team, goes to Europe and builds a Tudor-revival house. Now Stan Hywet is a word that means like stone quarry or stone hewn, and so it has to do with originally there was a stone quarry on this site. They went to Europe and studied 3 great Tudor houses to really understand this style, right? We looked at this job for a house we did in South Carolina. We did all this interior millwork. The owner actually told me about this house and said he'd gone there and was inspired and wanted to kind of match the same thing. So we went there. I went there to check it out. By the way, this is a museum house. You can go tour it. You should go tour it. I'm encouraging you to go check it out because there's things that we can learn in this house and things that can help us build better. There's about 5 things I want us to study here, guys, and look at and kind of dig into that will hopefully, jar your expectations and raise the bar as far as quality and design and everything else. This is what houses should do. Great houses should inspire us and teach us, and there's at least 5 or 10 lessons in here. And just walk you through some of these pictures and show you what was going on, what I'm seeing, so that you can build better. So number 1, look at this downspout catch box here as it moves over around this window. First of all, the execution of it is wonderful, right? The iron work and the lead work and everything that they've done to make those boxes are beautiful. At the same time, it looks like bad planning, right? It looks like they didn't plan for having to go around that window. But if you go back to England and look at some of these early Tudor houses, you see some crazy downspout conditions as the house has grown over time. I went to this place, Downey Court in England. The house in some places looked like it's about to fall over, but they've got downspouts, dating from different periods. I think one says 1802, right? This was the 15th, 16th century house that has been added up over time, but a downspout arrangement, which wouldn't be ideal, but adds character and adds charm and is one of those things that gives your house a little bit more distinctive. 2, look at these stairs. Okay, just done some videos on stairs. If you've had a chance to look at them, we didn't even study European stairs and what we can learn from those, but the European condition in that Tudor stair with the strapwork carving, right? You see that in the newel and those little finials and urns that go up on top of each newel. And that handrail, my gosh, talk about looking at these houses and going, how would I build that? This is a good one to look at and go, how would I build that? The amount of wood in this stair is just incredible, and yet the design and everything else as it lays out with this beautiful leaded glass window is really something stunning. 3, look at this beam ceiling, right? We did a whole video on beam ceilings and talking about, I don't want you to just have beam ceilings where you just have, box beams running every 4 feet in the room. A true English beam ceiling has a number of different sizes, a number of different members holding it together. And in this beam ceiling, you see 3 or 4 different designs, 3 or 4 different sizes, different detailings of where they land, chamfers, carvings, all kinds of different things that should inspire you about, how to build better and what a proper English ceiling or European beam ceiling really looks like. 4, sometimes you see something on these historic houses and it's just inspiring and you're just like, I want to make that, right? I want to copy that. I want to build that. This is true of the spandrel, okay, the stone spandrel that's over the front door. We actually saw that spandrel and made it in oak, right? We made it as an oak spandrel that goes around a door to inspire our clients, to encourage them of how you can build better. The spandrel is that section between the right angle and that 4 centered arch as it runs across. You have this kind of a triangle area there that is done with different details. There's carvings that go in there. There's sometimes just a chamfer or something that goes in there. In this case, we saw something that was beautiful, right? And we wanted to copy it and capture it, right? I think as craftsmen, we see something and are inspired, we want to build it. And that's what we did here. That's what we did with this spandrel. And so great houses should inspire us to want to make that. And certainly this one does. Sometimes just going to old houses teaches us a great deal. In the kitchen of this old house, and by the way, do the tour because you can go through and see all the work areas and pool and indoor pool and all the different things. The gardens have been restored recently. It's an incredible place. But look at this kitchen, okay? So this is a 1915, 1920s kitchen, okay? Notice the materials. We've got stainless steel countertops. We've got inset doors with the divided lights. We've got cabinets that go all the way to the ceiling. We've got linoleum floors, right? So when you're going to a client's house and they say, hey, we want a historic kitchen that works with our house, we start to introduce these materials and introduce design ideas that they've got in these original kitchens, and they help us build better kitchens for historic houses. So again, sometimes just the little things can inspire us. 6, if you look at the main hall, there's this main hall that goes down that has a strapwork ceiling, okay, plaster, strapwork, Gothic ceiling, okay, which is really a part of this whole Gothic era, that you'd have a strapwork plaster ceiling. And so here is one down this hallway, and on the side you have these linen fold panels. And if you look closely and you ever wondered, hey, what a linen fold panel looks like, it should look like linen has been laid down and kind of laid out. Linen was a very expensive thing, and so these linen fold panels were very popular in the Tudor era, and so it's a sign of wealth. Look how beautiful this linen fold panel is. Look at the carving of that oak leaf, that stylized oak leaf. All of those great details that, again, teach, inspire, encourage, and again, this is something that we loved, that we wanted to build, and we did carve linen fold panels to match just like this. And then look, guys, I could go on like this forever, but just look in this bedroom and look at what they did and look at the attention to detail. Okay, first, look at that door, the plank door, okay? They've got a plank door and behind it, another plank cabinet door. Look at the hinges on there, the ironwork strap hinges. Look at that hardware on that door, right? It would be a shame to put a standard bore passage set on this door, right? It would be a shame to kind of mess it up with modern hardware. It would ruin the look. So the layering of this thing, of this house, and the authenticity of the hardware and all these little details in this room. Here we are in a 12 by 12 bedroom looking at this thing, the beams in the wall, okay? You're seeing the hand-hewn timber frame effects of this room. That's all hand-hewn. Notice those pegs, there's pegs in that joinery. The pegs are locking this thing together as it authentically would be done. And then finally, look at the leaded glass. I don't know if you remember that 1928, the house we're working on right now, the Staub house, it has pink and yellow, different colored glass in the leaded glass in the oriel, okay? If you look at this picture in color, there is different colored leaded glass here that is pink and yellow and soft colors. So again, this architect in that period revival era, the good ones, kind of matched those historic English details where glass would have been something that would have been very expensive, would have been something that wasn't perfect yet. They didn't have perfectly clear glass, and they have matched that detail in these leaded glass windows with the steel casements. All incredible stuff. And look, guys, I could go on and on and on and on. There's so many details in here. One of the reasons this is such a great house is if you are studying the period revival, if you're studying the English styles, you have to go here, okay? Get your client to go with you, right? Walk through the house. Find things that inspire you. The stonework, the timber work, the gardens. It goes on and on. This is a great house. You need to visit. It will make you a better builder. So guys, the Great House series, to be better builders, to be better craftsmen, we have to travel, we have to look at houses, we have to learn from the past, and these houses are lessons in that. Akron, Ohio, Stan Hywet, please go visit, please go check it out. Let me know what you think, send me an email. I would love to hear more about your thoughts on this house. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and Facebook, sign up for the newsletter. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. I'm Brent Hull, thanks for watching.